An obscure biblical character you've probably read over a couple times in Paul's letter is named Erastus. He's one of those biblical characters that really only have a couple verses on him. He's mentioned in Romans chapter 16 verses 23, Acts chapter 19 verses 22, and 2 Timothy chapter 4 verses 20. And the Erastus mentioned in these verses are thought to be the same person. According to an Eastern Orthodox tradition, he was one of the 70 disciples, but we don't really know that for sure. You're probably wondering why I'm even talking about this guy. Well, it's because we likely have proof of him existing in human history via archaeological findings. In 1929, this was found. The Latin on the inscription translates to this. The English translation reads, Erastus in return for his aedileship paved at his own expense. Following this discovery, New Testament scholars identified this with the same Erastus mentioned in the Bible, but to be fair, it's disputed by others. The date of this is disputed, but it's likely in the mid-1st century, when Paul would have been writing his letters to the churches, which would be greater evidence for this being the same Erastus in the Bible. Romans chapter 16 verses 23 likely fits with the inscription saying that he was an aedile. For some context, an aedile in the Roman Empire was basically an elected official who had responsibilities such as maintaining public buildings, regulating public festivals, upkeeping temples, public baths, and aqueducts, supplying grain, street cleaning, and things of that nature. Julius Caesar was actually an aedile before becoming the Roman dictator. Admittedly, the word aedile is not used specifically to describe Erastus in the Bible. Some translations describe him as the director of public works and the treasurer of the city, but these descriptions fit closely with the roles of an aedile, so the person discovered in ancient archaeology is likely the same person Paul refers to in these verses. But we could sit here all day and prove every event happened in the Bible, and you could still reject God. It ultimately takes faith to accept Christ, and if you haven't done that, that's something you should do, because Jesus already paid for everything on the cross. You just need to trust him.